Attorneys in the Aurora Theater shooting trial have spent the morning arguing about jury instructions for the next phase of sentencing in the case. Jurors will now have to decide if the mitigating factors presented by the defense are enough to spare James Holmes' life. CBS 4's Rick Salinger is live once again in Centennial at the courthouse. Rick, firstly, can you explain how this phase plays out?
Well, soon, Brett, each side will have 40 minutes to present their closing arguments. The prosecutors will undoubtedly remind the jurors that they found 4 aggravating factors in this case. The defense will tell the jury that the mitigating factors outweigh those and James Holmes should be kept alive. The jury was told not to show up today until now because the wording had to be done on the instructions that they will receive. The jury previously found these aggravating factors: that James Holmes killed 2 or more people, that he created grave risk to others, that he acted in a depraved manner, and that he ambushed his victims. The defense has spent the last days telling the story of James Holmes' life. With me is CBS 4 legal analyst Karen Steinhauser. Karen, the defense will certainly want to play up the mental illness testimony that we have heard about. Is that enough to keep James Holmes alive?
Well, the jurors individually have to decide whether something is a mitigating factor and how much weight to give it. The defense is hoping that at least one juror believes that that mental illness that was so severe is enough to outweigh those aggravating factors.
We have heard hours upon hours and seen videos and photographs of James Holmes' childhood. How important is that in this phase?
Well, the defense was trying to humanize their client. I don't know whether the jurors would see this as mitigation, but if we get to the next phase, which is life or death the appropriate sentence, I'm sure that the pictures, the mom's testimony, the other things that were portrayed are going to be things that the jurors take into consideration as they make that decision.
All right, thank you very much. So, after the closing arguments, the jurors will begin their deliberations. If they find that the mitigating factors outweigh the aggravating factors, the trial is over. Life in prison will be the sentence. If not, then they move on to the next phase, which is the victim impact. Live in Centennial, Rick Salinger, CBS 4 News.